Hey, what's up, guys? We're back with another leak detection here in Jupiter, Florida. And today we're working on a swimming pool that's gone half empty due to a broken plumbing line. But what we found is not a broken plumbing line that you would expect. So let's get started with the video and I'll show you what we found. All right, guys. So like I said to start the video, this is a leak detection I was sent earlier this week where the pool company told me, hey, this customer's pool is gone half empty. And so we think it's obviously going to be due to a broken plumbing line. So what's made this job a little unusual today is the fact that the water's gone so low, but the plumbing line that it's related to is actually going to be the skimmer. So what's unusual is when you see a pool that's leaking this far down, you're typically going to associate it with either a broken return line because that plumbing line is constantly circulating water, or you might think it's going to be related to a main drain because that's obviously at the bottom of the pool. Or if it's a structural leak, obviously you would think that it might be related to a light because that's, again, physically located lower down within the pool. Typically, when you have a leak that's related to a skimmer, whether it's a broken skimmer line or if it's a structural leak within the skimmer, say a crack in the skimmer housing or a leak in the skimmer throat, typically in most cases, once the water level in your pool drops down to the bottom of the tile, that pool is going to stop leaking there because that water is no longer going to be able to access the skimmer throat or the opening where all that water would flow into the skimmer. And so that's the reason why the pool would stop leaking. But that's not the case with this job. Even though the broken plumbing line is going to be the skimmer plumbing line, again, we see where this pool's gone easily 6 inches below the tile. And again, that can typically throw you for a loop because that's not what you would normally associate with a broken skimmer line. But let's go over to the equipment and I'll show you exactly why that's happening. All right, guys. So we're over at the equipment, pressure testing and flooding the skimmer line with water right now. I'll go and just show you what we've done. So we've got a cleaner line, a main drain line, and then their pull return line here. And again, like I mentioned, your normal thought is that either the main drain line or the pull return line are going to be the culprits just because of where they're located in the pool or because of how they're circulating water. But when we pressure tested these two plumbing lines, they were both rock solid. But I'll show you with the skimmer line. So we're injecting into the skimmer right now, and we've been flooding this for 15, 20, 30 minutes while we're packing up our equipment. And you can see that plumbing line just goes straight to zero. So we'll just flood that with water because what we're trying to do is saturate the soil. But we discovered that with our pressure testing, the skimmer line is going to be the one that's broken. But let me show you why the pool is leaking down so far, because normally, like I mentioned, this would be stopping at the bottom of the tile. But what's happening, and this happens every now and then, but when you have a broken plumbing line that's broken as badly as our skimmer line is right now, what's happening is we've got a main drain line. So this is going to the bottom of the pool. And what's happened is a siphon has started to form within these two plumbing lines. So because this break is so bad, we've got water that's getting sucked from the bottom of the pool, is coming up this direction through our main drain line, is flowing around this elbow, and that water is finding its way into the skimmer line and is making its way into where the plumbing line is broken because it's pulling in so much water and leaking so badly. So, like I said, because the water would typically stop at the bottom of the tile, but because of that siphon forming, we're now sucking water from the bottom of the pool through the main drain line and into the skimmer line, which is broken. So now I'm going to go over to the skimmer and show you something else I found that's pretty unusual. We don't know where this line is broken yet, but I've got a pretty good idea. I'm going to show you why. Okay, so we're over here at the skimmer now. And when we're pressure testing and we're trying to find a broken plumbing line, what we're doing is we're filling that line up with water from the equipment using our injection plug. And then we've got the skimmer plumbing line plugged up in the pool with our pressure testing plug. And the idea is that the only place for that water and pressure to escape is going to be wherever that plumbing line is broken. So what we're doing is we're flooding it with water. We're trying to get the soil around that broken plumbing line really saturated, really sopping wet. And then once we flooded it for 10, 15, in this case, I've done it for 20 or 30 minutes, and we've got that soil saturated with water, we're going to take an air compressor and we're going to send a whole bunch of air through that line, and it's going to cause a whole bunch of commotion and rumbling and noise underground. But before we even hit it with an air compressor, I want to show you something that I noticed. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm fairly positive this plumbing line is going to be broken right near the skimmer housing. I'm going to show you why. Okay, so if we take a look inside of skimmer housing, what's unusual is we've got our pressure testing plug here, but while I was flooding this line with water, this skimmer housing, it was dry when I first got here, and it has slowly just continued to fill up more and more with water. When I was taking a closer look, I noticed that we had water coming from the pool side, which is unusual because the water in the pool is 6 inches below our skimmer throat opening. But after looking closer, we've got a ton of water coming out of the skimmer throat right here. And I don't know if we'll be able to see this on video or not, but we'll give it a shot. So if I dye test, you might or might not be able to see this, but we've got an incredible amount of water flowing out of this opening in the skimmer throat, right in the corner of this skimmer throat. And so what that's telling me is that we've been flooding this area for 30 minutes. So under this deck, we've got this area so saturated with water that it's now pushing through this skimmer throat tile and it's filling up this skimmer housing just because there's so much water right through this skimmer housing area. So what I expect to happen now is I'm going to take my air compressor and we're going to send a whole bunch of air through the line. And I think we're just going to get a ton of noise and commotion right through this skimmer housing. Here goes nothing. Okay, so I can hear an incredible amount of commotion and noise underground right next to the skimmer housing. I'm gonna give it another blast with the air compressor because I'm curious to see if you guys can hear what I can hear underground on video. Okay, so that's it for this one. I hope you guys were able to hear that on video, but this skimmer plumbing line is without a doubt broken right here. So for the homeowner to fix this, I'll show you that they have a couple of options. Option number one, if they want to be able to use this skimmer line, they would have to open up their pool decking. They would locate that broken portion of plumbing, cut it out, replace it with a new good portion of plumbing, of course. And then after they repaired that broken plumbing line here next to the skimmer housing, ideally the contractor would pressure test that skimmer plumbing line again, just to make sure the plumbing line is not broken anywhere else. That would be the more proper and permanent repair. That way they would be able to use their pool skimmer just like normal once again. Their second option would be using something like this. It's a 1.5 inch threaded cap. The important part is that it has an O-ring. This black O-ring is going to make sure that they can keep that skimmer plumbing line completely watertight and free of any water getting in there. But what they would do is they would essentially just eliminate that skimmer line from functioning. So in the pool, they would take this 1.5 inch threaded cap. They would thread it into the skimmer housing, into the port that goes to the skimmer plumbing line. That would essentially close off the skimmer plumbing from the pool side. And then at the equipment, what they would do is they would take their Jandy valve and close the skimmer plumbing line over there. So that way, that prevents any water from the pool getting into the skimmer line from the pool side, and that prevents any water getting into the skimmer line from the equipment side. And essentially, that's going to eliminate the skimmer plumbing line by closing it on both ends. And then this pool would circulate off of just the main drain. So it would suck water from the main drain. It would go through the pump and the filter, and then it would come back through the pool jets like normal. That's what a lot of homeowners elect to do because you can get a threaded cap like this for a couple of dollars, and then your problem is essentially solved. You're just running your pool without the skimmer. If you want to repair this skimmer plumbing line or have a contractor come out to repair it, you're typically looking at least $1,200, $1,500 for something like that to be performed. So that's why a lot of homeowners obviously choose to go with the threaded cap. But that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. If you want to see more videos like this in the future about swimming pool leak detection and swimming pool maintenance, consider smashing the subscribe button. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and your support really, really helps in that journey. So thank you guys for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.